We're always told that success comes from the latest tech, or some brand new app, or a super complex financial strategy. But what if? What if the single most powerful tool for your future is actually a skill you're supposed to master in high school? Well, today, we're diving into that often overlooked superpower, literacy.
So, let me just ask you straight up. What do you think that one essential skill is? No, really, take a second. Is it coding? Is it networking? Well, the answer might be something way more fundamental, something that actually makes all those other skills even possible. And yeah, it's high school literacy. Okay, so let's get into it. To really understand just how powerful this skill is, we need to be super clear on what we're actually talking about. Because trust me, it is so much more than just getting through the books on your reading list. So, what it really boils down to is a powerhouse combination of three things: reading, writing, and critical analysis. And this isn't a passive thing, right? It's an active toolkit that lets you break down complicated information, build your own arguments, and just navigate the world with a whole lot more confidence. Here's a great way to picture it. Imagine literacy is the solid, concrete foundation you build your life on. And standing firmly on top of that foundation are three essential pillars that pretty much define what a successful life looks like. So here's the game plan. We're going to explore each of these three pillars one by one: academic success, personal growth, and lifelong opportunity. And let's start right where this skill really gets sharpened, in the classroom. All right, pillar number one, academic success. And the most important thing to get here is that this is not just about getting an A in English class. Think of literacy as the engine that powers you through every single subject, from science and history all the way to understanding those tricky word problems in math.
And look, the research on this could not be clearer. It's a straight line. Stronger literacy skills lead directly to better grades and a much, much higher chance of graduating. It's really that simple. Now, what's really fascinating here is just how wide the ripple effect is. We're talking better grades across the board. Yep, in all subjects. And that, of course, leads to higher graduation rates and makes students way more prepared for college. But it's not just for the university-bound crowd. Literacy is also a proven game changer for success in career and technical courses too.
Okay, let's shift gears to our next pillar, because the benefits go so far beyond the report card. Now we're talking about personal growth, about how these skills fundamentally shape who we are as people.
This is the point where literacy stops being just a school subject and turns into a real-life tool. It literally builds these internal muscles we need for critical thinking, for figuring out our own complicated feelings, and for genuinely connecting with other people. I mean, think of it as your own personal toolkit, right? When you learn to analyze a complex text, you're training your brain to analyze a complex problem at work. When you read stories from different points of view, you're building actual usable empathy. And being able to express your own thoughts clearly, that builds a kind of self-confidence and independence that's just incredible. And all of that brings us to our final and maybe the most impactful pillar of all, lifelong opportunity. Because the skills you build in high school don't just disappear when you toss your graduation cap in the air. Oh no, they become the keys that unlock doors for the rest of your life. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The National Institutes of Health put it perfectly. It's all about building habits. Having strong reading skills as a teen sets you up to be a lifelong learner, someone who's always curious, always ready to grow, long after you've left school behind.
And the rewards down the line are, well, they're just staggering. Of course, it means better jobs and more money. We expect that. But it goes so much deeper. Higher literacy is directly linked to better health and even a longer life, because it empowers you to make informed decisions about everything, from your own health to your role as a citizen in society. So when you put all three of these pillars together, you start to see this picture emerge of two very, very different paths leading out of high school. And both of them are determined by this one single skill. It's a fork in the road, and it has lifelong consequences. And this just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, strong literacy kicks off this amazing positive cycle. School success builds confidence. That confidence opens up career doors, and it all contributes to a healthier life. But on the other side, poor literacy can start a cycle of frustration, self-doubt, and closed doors, making our already complicated world that much harder to figure out. So, here's the bottom line. High school literacy isn't just another class you have to pass, or some box you need to check. It's the foundational skill. It is the launchpad that sets the entire trajectory for the rest of your life. Which really leaves us with one final, huge question to chew on.
If this one skill is truly the key to unlocking all that human potential, then what's our part to play in making sure every single person has the chance to build that solid foundation for themselves?